Today is Monday, November 19th, 2012. Welcome to Recommendation Monday here on Pretty Much It, where every week we tell you about the movies and the video games and the music and the comic books, and I wave my arms around and people say, "Why do you wave your arms around so much?" You know why? I have a disease. Before we get into it, I would just like to request, yes, a quick request, that you check us out on the Facebook, thefacebook.com/prettymuchit. Check us out. If you have not liked us, please do so. We post all kinds of funny stuff, and this week we posted a lot of pictures of our faces on other characters' bodies. I got the Riddler, Mike got Superman, and unfortunately Jake got... well, you'll have to just go check it out yourself. Also, if you are digging my Breaking Bad shirt, of course, if you didn't know it was a Breaking Bad shirt, then you probably don't care. Check it out by clicking the link down in the info to go to beobscure.com, and you can get one for yourself. There's also some other Breaking Bad shirts, as well as all kinds of other nerdy in-joke things. Just check them out. But let's get into this week, starting off, as usual, with movies. First things first, on Friday, we've got Hitchcock. Now, I think this is in limited release, so it's going to be difficult for me to get to, but hopefully I'll be able to and review it this week. But I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. But that's actually the only big movie coming out, well, even though it's only limited, on Friday, because we have some movies coming out on Wednesday in wide release. First things first, we have Life of Pi, which I am looking forward to more out of curiosity than anything else. I don't know anything about it, other than I think it looks visually very nice. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing it, and hopefully it won't let me down. Another one I'm kind of curious about, but not expecting very good things from, is Rise of the Guardians. Very interesting how it's kind of like the Avengers for childhood heroes, almost in a way, with Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. I don't know. Weird stuff. I'm kind of looking forward to it, once again, just out of curiosity. This is a curious week for me. But the curiosity ends there, because the other big movie, if you can call it that, I guess, that's coming out this week on Wednesday is Red Dawn. Just, yeah, it's here. You don't have to see it, but it's here. But that's it for movies coming out this week. Now let's move on to DVDs. There are a ton of DVDs, so let's get right into it, starting off with The Expendables 2, which I thought was silly fun, which I guess is kind of what it's supposed to be. So if you enjoyed the first one, you are most likely going to love the second one, because I thought it was better. So there you go. Check it out. And actually, that's it. There's no other DVDs. I duped you. I tricked you, and you fell for it. Gotcha. Gotcha good. And that's it for movies and DVDs. Not a ton going on, except I'm excited for Hitchcock, like I said. But that's because it's Thanksgiving and we're going to have a lot of food, so what do we need movies and DVDs for? But let's move on to Jake to find out if the same goes for video games. Are there any more video games, Jake?
Hey everybody, let's talk about some video games. I mentioned it last week, but it's kind of weird because it comes out on the weekend, but last weekend the Nintendo Wii U came out, so that's a thing. Also, I know we've talked about it a lot, but PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, whatever it's called, is finally coming out. A lot of you have had access to the beta, have been able to play it and criticize it and whatever, and I've heard good and bad things, but personally I can't wait to still check it out because I haven't touched it yet. So we'll see how it is upon its release this week. And what I am personally very excited for is Hitman Absolution, the return of the Hitman series. I can't wait. Most importantly, it looks like a return to form for the game. Classic gameplay intact, and it looks like a blast. I don't know if any of you are a fan of Agent 47, but he is awesome, and I can't wait for this game. I will definitely be checking it out. Of course, those are the most important titles coming out this week, so you can check those out. And now let's move on over to Kevin with that music.
Hey everybody, Kevin here with your music updates for this week, and I know I said it before, but this week is actually very quiet with music. So let's get to a couple of the album releases. The first is Rihanna's Unapologetic, which is starting to sound like a Taylor Swift album because it's getting real serious. This is her 7th album following 2011's Talk That Talk. If you've turned on the radio or watched SNL last week, you would know that the lead single off her album is Diamonds, which is a pretty good song. I happen to enjoy it. But overall, I'm not really a huge fan of the album, and I'm a little confused as to why she's doing music with Chris Brown again. Not to get an argument about that, but I just thought it was a little bit weird. For me, my favorite song off the album was No Love Allowed, and you should definitely check that out as my recommended piece of music to listen to this week. Now, our poll winner for this week is Code Orange Kids' Love Is Love, Return to Dust. Now, this is their debut album. They are a hardcore punk band based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Absolute Punk gave this one a 90%, so if you're a fan of the hardcore punk, definitely check out Code Orange Kids' Love Is Love, Return to Dust. Now, on to Andrew with those silly comics. Hey, Andrew.
Thanks, Kevin. So this week in comics, you have Captain America #1. Rick Remender takes over Cap in the Marvel Now run. Supposedly this is supposed to be a sci-fi story where Cap is thrust into a bizarre alternate dimension where he has no country, no allies, and there's nothing there to protect. He's not, he's the captain of nothing. Like, he's just in this weird dimension. A sci-fi take on Captain America is a little weird. I love Rick Remender. He's a great writer. The art's already bugging me out a little bit. But just like every other Marvel Now book, I kind of, I don't care, but I'm curious for a certain few. And I'm curious about Cap because he's obviously a very big Marvel character. And also for Marvel this week, we have Indestructible Hulk #1. This is also part of Marvel Now and just another thing where I'm curious to see how it does. In this one, Hulk is now an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's going to be interesting. It's probably going to be more of a... like the Hulk in in the past few Hulk arcs where he's, he can think for himself and he's not just this crazy monster. So it's gonna be the brain of Bruce Banner and the power of the Hulk combined. And I don't know. I'm just curious to see where it goes. That's really my where I stand on every Marvel Now book. I'm not excited for any of them. I'm just curious to see how they go and how they're handled. And for Image Comics this week, we have Comeback #1. It's a brand new series which is about a company called Reconnect that goes back in time and they prevent tragedies from happening. So they would go back in time and say you lost your mother in a car accident. They go back in time, they grab her from that point in time and pull her back into this, in the current point in time, and boom, she's alive and you have her again. Instantly, when I saw this, I thought about Looper, and I'm really into stuff like that, so I'm very curious to see how this book is. I'm very excited for it. I'm just interested to see how they twist this into something bad happening, because there's always something bad like that, and I'm gonna guess that the argument between in this book is, are they actually saving these people or not by pulling them out of, the past and into the future? How is that going to affect the person they saved and their family? That's it in comics. Now back to Eric.
And there you have it, folks. Those are your movies, video games, music, and comic books coming out this week that we think you should check out for one reason or another. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Let us know what you couldn't give less of a damn about. Let us know if you are thankful for anything that is coming out this week. Do you want to say thanks for The Expendables 2? Let us know. We would really be thankful if you would vote in our polls over on Facebook. Click the links down in the info to check them out. Voice your opinion. Your opinion must be heard. These are very important issues. And that's it for this week's episode of Recommendation Monday. So I hope you all enjoy your Thanksgiving and you get stuffed, but not too stuffed to the point where your stomach ruptures and you die at the table. That would be devastating, but at least you got a good meal. Unless it was an irrelevant reason and it was some sort of disorder that caused that to happen. Just enjoy your meal, okay? I hope you have a great week. I will see you again on Friday, and that's pretty much it.